Turning now to your community focus.
I am honored for the first time to say that I am your Congressman-Elect.
Democrat Gabe giving his victory speech last night after winning the special election to fill Rhode Island's vacant congressional seat in District 1. The Congressman-Elect joins me now, fresh off that win. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Kim. It's an honor to be the choice of people throughout the 1st Congressional District.
So let's talk about your first order of business here, because typically if you win an election in November, you have until January to be sworn in. This was a special election. The term is underway. So what does today have in store? What have you been up to?
Well, I've been on the phones working on the logistics of this. One of the things that I promised people throughout the 1st District along the campaign is a great staff, because the elected officials themselves don't do all of the work. So finding those senior leadership positions, in addition to identifying the timing and making sure I can get there as quickly as possible to get to the people's work.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, because I know our Ted Nesi asked you this last night. Any sense of when you're going to start? Of course, we're dealing with a looming government shutdown. Do you think you'll be in place before the 17th? That
is my goal. I want to be a vote in favor of keeping government open. And so I am hopeful that this takes place early next week from what I hear. And so those are conversations that I'm having with folks in the Speaker's office, as well as the Clerk of the House of Representatives.
So I want to talk to you about the historic nature of your win. You're going to be Rhode Island's first Black member of Congress. How does that feel, and what message do you hope it sends?
Well, look, I got into this race not to make history, but to make a difference. And I said that consistently. However, I am fully conscious that I bring to this the ability to change the nature of what a congressperson from Rhode Island looks like. And for me, that means the world. There are so many people who are barrier breakers. I talked about it in my remarks last night, whether folks were immigrants from Ireland or from Italy or from Armenia or from Cape Verde or the Dominican Republic, or like my family. We are bringing all of ourselves to this work, and I am so honored to have that responsibility.
Of course, not everyone voted for you yesterday. Your opponent, Gary Leonard, earned quite a few votes. What do you say to the people out there who didn't vote for you yesterday?
Well, look, I'm honored that we even outperformed President Biden in the 1st Congressional District. But what is clear to me is that people need representation, and it does not matter the letter next to your name, but it matters the conviction that you bring forth and the values that we in Rhode Islanders expect out of a congressperson. That's the hard work that I will proceed with when I'm sworn in, and people will see me, whether they're Democrats or Republican, fighting for them, fighting for their families, and that's not partisan. That is the essential part of the work that we have.
And before we let you go, Congressman-Elect, we've talked about your experience before. You've worked in the White House, you've worked in politics and government for many years, but you've never been a candidate yourself. What did you learn from this experience?
Look, I learned that you don't have any time off. You are on. This morning, I was at the Modern Diner in Pawtucket on East Avenue, and I had people already asking about the work ahead. And in Rhode Island, we have a politics that should be proximate, that is connected to people. And I know on this side of it that every morning when I wake up, it's not just serving a boss, it's serving 550,000 bosses across the 1st Congressional District.
Campaign was certainly a lot of work, but now the work begins in earnest, right?
Yes, it does, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Rhode Island, for this honor, and I can't wait to get started.
All right, Congressman-Elect Gabe, thanks so much for being here at 4.
Thank you, Kim.